Oklahoma. Huddle up. It's time to go inside the high school huddle on Hot 93.7 FM and streaming worldwide on GuthrieSportsPage.com. The high school huddle will take you where you want to go with coaches, players, your phone calls, texts, and tweets. Join the huddle and let's talk high school sports with your hosts, Chris Evans, Casey Porter, and Phil Nichols.
And good evening and welcome to the High School Huddle here on a Wednesday night alongside Phil Nichols. I'm Chris Evans. Casey Porter put in a vacation day, so he is missing in action tonight. And, of course, Jordan back in our Stillwater studio. Yep. Always appreciate her getting us on the air. And as we get set for week 2 of the high school football season, and week 1 was fun. Week 0 was fun, and they're only going to get better each and every week as we get set. Again, week 2, there's a lot of good games, including tomorrow night on Thursday night. It's the old Bedlam type deal. Stillwater High School and Norman North taking on each other. Of course, you got the Gundy quarterback. You got a Switzer quarterback for Norman North. Barry Switzer's grandson, of course, Mike Gundy's son for Stillwater. Yeah. That's one of the fun games, I think, of the week is Stillwater Norman North. Of course, Stillwater coming off a big win over Edmond Memorial. And Norman North, for the first time, I think, in 5 years, got beat by their crosstown school in Norman. So a lot of good things happening.
Yeah, I mean, high school football's – I'm still trying to get used to that whole Thursday night high school football thing. I love the Friday night games. Like I think most of us do prefer that. But it's kind of cool, you know, like you said, playing off that college rivalry. And you mentioned the two quarterbacks. And, of course, Gundy is a preseason, I know, all-Vite pick. And it's got a lot of talk going into the year, and as does the big running back over there as well, who's just different level kind of cat. Now, I thought he was a sophomore this year. Is he a junior this year? I had read somewhere where he was a junior, but I thought last year he was his freshman year.
I thought last year was his freshman year.
Yeah, so I think he's a sophomore. But anyway, yeah, that should be a good ball game. I going into that, I would expect Stillwater to win the game. That'd be my pick anyway, so it should be a good ball game.
Yeah, Norman North, again, coming off that loss to Norman. And, of course, Norman North under the first-year head coach Justin Jones, who I think will do a good job there once he kind of gets his system in place and all that good stuff. So, good coach. But they fall to Norman. So, Norman, who can barely win a game just a few years ago, now they're beating their crosstown rivals. So,
of course, you know, high school football, I mean, you play with what you got.
Yeah.
I mean, kids graduate, you're not recruiting, so whatever kiddos you have. And, of course, we talked a lot about that last year here in our town with Guthrie, and it's been so much fun to the start of this year. And I think last year was a tough year for the kids, tough year for the staff, tough year for a lot of the fans. I know me included as a fan was a tough year, and it's been so cool to see. And I'm not talking about the wins or the losses. We've off to a 2-0 start, and the kids look great. But
beat two 6A schools.
But I got to tell you, the attitudes, just everything about the team so far this year has been phenomenal. And, you can write some of that off as kids just grow up. You get older, and a year makes a big difference when you're talking about high school kids a lot of times. So whatever it is, we like it because the kids are playing with a lot of enthusiasm, playing great as a team. And, that was the stuff that I know was a struggle last year and I know caused a lot of turmoil. So these same group of kids have really rise to the occasion. I'm proud of them. I know a lot of people are very, very proud of them. Coach Beebe and the staff done a phenomenal job working with them in the off season and really helping them grow as young men. So it's been fun to watch.
Well, and these same players that you're talking about have been playing since young sophomores, and so now they're 2-3 years into it, and so they're starting to pay off with maturity comes along as well. But the game's probably slowed down for them. Well,
and I think that's definitely. We talked the other day. I mean, a lot of these kids like Jackson Waddell and Zonte, bless his heart. Marcellus has to put up with that all the time. But Marcellus and CJ and Dylan Dollar and I know there's others as well. But, this is they're playing like their 4th, 5th, 6th varsity game now.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference.
Huge. But
I want to talk about Marcellus, and we usually don't do this, but I want to say this.
He was our player of the game.
Player of the game last week, and I made the statement last year to anybody that wanted to hear it that I would never give a player of the game to Marcellus. And it was not because of his ability, it was because of his attitude. And I've talked to Marcellus about this season. And, man, you talk about a young man that is carrying himself with a whole lot of poise, showing great leadership ability, being a great teammate. It'd be hard to say there's anybody that's better than Marcellus as far as athlete on the team. And as great of an athlete as he is, and he's off to a phenomenal start, man, I am so impressed and so happy with Marcellus's leadership and his attitude. It's been off the charts great. And so I just wanted to publicly tell Marcellus great job and recognize how proud we are of him. I mean, there's so many kids that are doing a great job. You got Campbell Leach, it's a senior, doing a phenomenal job. I don't think there's anybody in 5A that can block the little cat because he's so quick off the edge. I don't care who you are. It's going to be hard to block him. Jackson, of course, Waddell, we've talked about Jackson. He's a 3-year starter, and it shows. I mean, it shows out there. I mean, he's very much in command, and Jackson doesn't say a lot anyway when he's on the field. He's always been that kind of – and we've talked about numerous times. We love him for a lot of it, but the biggest reason, he's just a tough kid. I mean, he's a tough kid. And so just a lot of great things. The Gooseby brothers are playing wonderful. We got a lot of youngsters coming up. Be remiss not to talk about number 42,
J.D.
Coonfield, who was hurt much of last year, is having a phenomenal year so far. And then the Smith kid that moved in this year, I think he's just a junior, number 12, big
Talik?
Yeah, big 6'4", 6'5" kid that I know Jackson's got to love having him there.
Talik Jackson.
Yeah. Is that right? Is it Jackson? Did I say Smith?
Yeah.
It's Jackson. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But and then you got Brody out on the edge. You got Gudesberg. You got so many kids that are contributing. Of course, Kel Kaufman's doing a great job. Cade Whitfield's doing a super job at linebacker. You got all these kids.
David Scott.
I mean, they go just proud of all the kids, and I'm proud of the kids. I've heard a few people this week say, well, how disappointed they were with the little scuffle that occurred, and I know that nobody likes it when when kids come on the field, but I told you I'd be a lot more worried if they didn't go over and try to protect their teammates. So I get it, so even with that little incident, and I'm so proud of the kids because they're acting like a team, and they're playing like a team, and it's fun to watch.
Guthrie's one of the teams in 5A that a lot of people are, with the 5-6 record and off to a 2-0 start with wins over Enid with a lot, the media. Oklahoma City picked Enid to win that game in a close game, and Guthrie took it to them. Yep. And then Oklahoma City media again picking Shawnee to win a close one, and Guthrie blows them out. So I'm pretty sure most everybody will be picking Guthrie this week against Ponca City. But
well, I mean, listen, I'm going to own it. I didn't think we'd beat Shawnee last week. I didn't. And was I not pleasantly surprised? Yeah. I mean, I want Guthrie to win every game.
I think everyone was surprised.
I think everybody was pleasantly surprised.
42-7 Shawnee. Some of Guthrie's greatest teams have a hard time beating Shawnee teams.
And Coach Beebe said that. I mean, that was a pretty big margin of victory. I think the only team I've ever seen that had that kind of margin of victory was Game 1 against Shawnee in the great 07 year when they beat them 40-something to 10, I believe. And it's great to see these kids come together, and I'm happy for everybody. I'm happy the parents are getting to have this kind of fun ride right now, because I got spoiled as a parent. When my kids were playing was in the heyday years of Guthrie, and when you gave up a score, everybody was moaning and groaning, let alone losing a game. I mean, it was crazy how easy it is to be a supporter of Guthrie football when everything's going right. But I'm really happy the way the season started for everybody involved. The coaching staff, obviously, the kiddos most importantly, but the parents of the kids. It's a fun time when things are clicking.
Yep.
Whether you win or lose, it's a fun time when kids are playing hard and they're doing it right, and it's good to see. So congratulations to all the Blue Jays.
Yeah, again, Guthrie off to a 2-0 start. They will host Ponca City this week and then have a bye week before they get into district play with the Piedmont Wildcats here in a few weeks. And 5A football, Carl Albert played Midwest City for the first time in a few years, and for the first time beat Midwest City 28-21. Preston Colbert, the great Midwest City quarterback, I believe I saw somewhere he left the game late in the fourth quarter. Of course, they're trying to find their offensive touch, losing so many wide receivers last year. But again, Carl Albert returns nobody on that defensive side from last year. But you got Dadrian Taylor running the football well, and Ben Harris. I saw the highlights, Channel 9. I can't remember what highlights. He just does not throw the pretty ball, but it goes right there. Now, he doesn't have Diego Richards or Jason Taylor this year.
They help.
They do help, but it's just an awkward-looking type throw. But he's been accurate, and he's won that job, and he's only a sophomore.
Is he 16-0 now as a starter?
That's right.
That's the biggest stat,
good.
right?
Yeah.
And you brought up last week, and I know I will say this: the second Chris brought up the deal about the young man at Carl Albert, you regretted it.
Yeah.
Even though there's nothing wrong, you were very quickly to say this has not been verified. But Chris is very protective of the kids, whether they're Guthrie kids or not, and I know wished you hadn't even said that.
Right.
But with all that being said, the reality is he wasn't on the roster
not
last
on the
week.
roster this week. Yeah.
So you hate that, but because you don't ever want to see kids miss an opportunity to participate in something that when they're older, when they're old guys, they'll really look back and wish they had.
Yeah.
So it's but and that makes a difference because that kid's a well of an athlete.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, I think our district, the district Guthrie's in, is wide open. I think it's anybody's district right now. I think most people would say that Carl Albert's probably still favored to win the district.
Yeah.
But I think after the first couple weeks of play, 0 week and then week 1, I think there's some folks looking at some teams in different eyes, some in a positive light and some maybe not as positive as they did going into the season based on what they've seen. So should be a fun year. Yeah,
and the other Mid-Dale game, Dell City took it to Bishop McGinnis at Bishop McGinnis. Final score there was 47-7, and the Piedmont transfer Nick drawing a blank on his real name.
Nick.
Dominic Richardson.
Oh.
The Piedmont transfer.
The Piedmont transfer.
He had,
if he plays someday at OU, will he always, for you, be the Piedmont transfer?
Always be the Piedmont transfer, just because he ran so many yards against Guthrie Junior High when he was at Piedmont. And then he made the transfer over in Bishop McGinnis and is a great athlete, great running back. But he was held, at less than 75 yards, I think, running the football, and the entire offense struggled last week in that loss to Dell City. Of course, Dell City very athletic, but some McGinnis fans talking to me, their offensive line, they had some questions there. So it's early still. It's still early. So.
It's early, but I got to say this too. He's also coming back from a very, very serious injury last year, leg injury, and of course was over 2,000 yards last year, and I had well into 20, if not 30 touchdowns before he was injured, and having a phenomenal year. But it's tough when you're a running back and your legs have been earning your paycheck your whole life since you're in Little League football, and you get your first serious injury. A lot of that mentally, it takes a little while to get back. I'm not saying that's the case with him, but I think it's something that you got to consider when talking about a kid that it was so explosive before. So
another team that I think I'll be following closely this year in Class 5A football. We'll finish up 5A football and take a timeout and get into some of the other classes after this. It'll be Ardmore is probably the team right now in 5A1. Like MacArthur trying to come back to where they normally are. But the team to watch for me in 5A1 is the Noble Bears after making the semis for the first time in school history last year. This week took down Newcastle 42-21. And so we'll see once Noble gets into district play how they are. But, they're fighting for a district spot, one of the top 2 spots to host a district. And, I think it will come down to Lawton MacArthur game to see if they can get that spot. But it'll be fun to watch over there.
Well, and I think, too, what we said earlier, it's high school football. Some classes that graduate are loaded, some aren't as loaded, but you've got a lot of kids coming in, coming out, and whatever lives there, and that's what you play with. And I think that's what makes high school football so unique, is coaching staffs are forced to adjust, they're forced to do different things, they're forced to make changes that at other levels you don't have to, because you can go find that kid that fits your system. And in high school, you got what you got. And so
for the most part.
And Noble's an interesting deal because for years, I can't remember how many games we beat the brakes off Noble. Bad.
They got us a few times. They snuck up, sneaky.
Yeah. Back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, talking about Noble Guthrie.
Yeah, right. But it's, it's good when you see those towns have success. I mean, you want to see that.
Oh, absolutely.
It
was fun to watch last year.
Yeah.
All these small towns go through that when you haven't been very good in a long time,
Right.
then you're good, and how everyone, school lets out, and the signs, the kids
our Crescent journey last year was amazing.
Yeah.
Those 4 games we got to follow Crescent. 4 of the most enjoyable weeks I've had ever doing this, and it was because of the fans and the kids, and they were excited. We were excited. I mean, it was just fun. It was just great. There's nothing better than high school football atmosphere in those settings. When the whole community is just abuzz. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
All right, we're going to take our opening timeout here. We got to talk about Southmore. Southmore didn't win a game all last year, and they're 1-0 this year.
Who'd they beat last week?
I thought that might pique your interest there. We'll take a timeout. We'll get to that after this timeout. This is the High School Huddle on the 93.7 FM KSBI.
Legacy Wealth Advisory Group, your business wealth advisory experts, provide consulting, training, and turnkey solutions for businesses and their employees. Legacy provides solutions and strategies for employee benefits, human resources, commercial insurance, estate planning, and tax planning. Visit them online at legacywag.com or contact Legacy at 405-216-5578 for a free consultation and start planning your future today.
Have you heard the big news here in Guthrie? You know that Guthrie Tag Agency is your local source for all your vehicles, boats, ATVs, trailers, titles, registrations, and of course driver's license renewals and replacements. But now, the Guthrie Tag Agency helps with driver's road test. That's right, take your road test right here in Guthrie. No more trips to Edmond or Stillwater or Enid. Now that's a service. Guthrie Tag Agency, open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 9 to noon.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 in the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
What makes a great bank? Financial strength, convenient hours in multiple locations, the latest financial tools. Bank First offers this and more, a lot more. In fact, Bank First employees volunteer with nonprofits, serve on school boards, church and civic groups in every city we serve. Bank First does this because we're more than just another bank. We're an integral part of 50 Oklahoma communities. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma and you. Member FDIC.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
It's a beautiful day to introduce people to the golden goodness of Golden Chick. So this is your first time you had Golden Chick. What do you think? Absolutely delicious. These are 100% tenderloin, no mystery meat.
I love them. They're so juicy and tender.
How long do you think it takes to marinate a perfect piece of chicken?
Probably
20 minutes.
Yeah, about 20. An hour?
What if I told you 24 hours? Wow. I feel like one of those infomercial guys. But wait, there's more time marinating the chicken. One taste and you're golden. Golden Chick. I need this back.
Okay.
Been looking for answers to your financial questions? Signal Financial Management provides professional investment management services to individuals, corporations, and institutions. Signal can help you reduce risk through a wide range of services and solutions, including investment, retirement, estate planning, and long-term care. Located in Edmond, visit Signal online at signalrg.com or by phone at 855-644-4401. Your money matters at Signal Financial Management. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Foundation Insurance and Risk Management is an independent insurance agency, which means they have made available some of the best companies for you. They offer all types of personal insurance coverages to their clients, including auto, homeowners, earthquake, mobile home, and individual life insurance. Call Foundation Insurance today at 405-293-9355 or go online at foundationinsurance.net and fill out a quick online quote form. Foundation Insurance and Risk Management. Let them help you design an insurance plan that fits your needs and budget.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678. Don't have time to call? Send us a text at 405-973-8645 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
It is Huddle. Chris Evans, Phil Nichols with you. Wednesday night, a rainy Wednesday. It looks like Edmond's getting a little bit of rain.
They are.
Yes, there.
They're getting a lot of rain, actually.
Yeah, flash flood warning for a few spots from Edmond, eastern Logan County up in Stillwater's probably getting some rain now. So heavy rain as we're talking high school athletics. But, of course, our show brought to you by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group, Legacy WAG, and we invite you to their website, LegacyWAG.com or LegacyWAGBenefits.com. And it's so much, the website has so much information like everything else does. Everything has gone to the internet.
Everything.
We appreciate Al Gore.
Yeah, thank God he invented that. We really are blessed with good people and good clients and a lot of fun. So.
Absolutely, and you got, of course, we were in Enid last week, and Enid Plainsman, congratulations, they do pick up their first victory. They take down Ponca City 20-13. I think. How'd
the Phillips kid do?
I don't think he played.
Oh, really?
I don't think he played. I think someone said he was injured or something. I'm not sure. That's just what I was told. So I was unable to look up the Enid Ponca box score, but I would think he might not have played just by the way the score was, because he's good for 3 or 4 touchdowns by himself.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, you got some family.
Yeah,
some good stuff up there.
I want to give a shout out to my little baby cousin, Jana Jo Williams. Jana Jo is the new head softball coach at Northern Oklahoma College, and proud of Jana Jo. She's a competitive triathlete and was a well of a softball player herself in high school and college. Just a overall great human being, but very, very proud of her. Obviously, I was telling you, she was the itty-bitty, little young cousin. I'm much older than Jana Jo, but very, very proud of her and wanted to congratulate her and tell everybody that she's an Enid. She's a doing great things, and we're just proud of her. So
that's cool. Well, I mentioned Southmore it was just a nightmare year for them. 0-10 last year. They had 3-4 kids transfer out. New head coach last year. All that good stuff, and it's good to see them get a week 1 victory last week as they took down Deer Creek 27-10, and so that's got to be good for the SaberCats to kind of get that 0-10 behind them, and now looking forward and. Good win for them. Yeah, no, it's a good win, and of course, you know what I say. Anytime somebody can beat Deer Creek, it's a great week for me. So, it's like I'm playing volleyball. I just set it up so you can go in and spike it down. So I was going to give you the before the FCC came in and broke this. Is there a chance for 0-10? Let's see. Let's look here. Okay. Tell me there's a chance. See, the Deer Creek Antlers, they're at Norman this week. Okay, that's a loss. Because then we'll have a chance against Edmond Memorial. Okay. Stillwater, that's a loss. Lawton, that's a loss. Del City, that's a loss. Midwest City, that's a loss. Putnam City, Putnam West, and then Choctaw. So 3-4 wins. 2 weeks from now is critical. We're marking down that September 14th game. I do believe they have a quarterback maybe going somewhere, I think. Yeah. No. I like to play. It's become a running joke about Deer Creek and I. And
because we had such a heated rivalry with those guys over the years. But they've produced some great athletes over the years and have done a lot of great things. Of course, their head coach over there for years, good friend of yours, and athletic director.
They've all moved on.
No, I know, but I'm trying to remember.
Oh, Grant Gower?
Grant Gower. It was super nice human being. I mean, got a little caught up in the moment, like we all can at times, but he super guy. Now, is he still
OBU?
OBU.
Yep.
Is he the AD there, or is he the head coach?
I think he's the offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator.
I believe that's what.
A super nice guy.
Yeah.
So we've had some Guthrie kids go over there and coach and teach over the years, and after the initial hurt and shame of that, we've let them come back to town. But we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good week for the big schools in 6A1. Broken Arrow, Union, and Jinx all beat Texas schools.
Yep.
And it's weird. This week is Tulsa Union and Jinx playing each other, and it's not even the many people don't even think it's the number one game in the state. They think that week, and I agree. This week it's Broken Arrow and Owasso. As the game of like the defending state champions, and Broken Arrow with a victory over Union a couple weeks ago, got them off to a good start. So we'll see if everyone's been waiting for Broken Arrow, who has 25,000 students in their school. Okay, I went over 5,000.
We're down a little bit.
They come down a little bit, but they've been playing a lot of young players, and so they're really talented this year. So we'll see. It's early, so this will be a good mental test for them if they can take down the defending state champs.
Yeah, and I mean, we watched we were at the state title game where Broken Arrow, this is about 3-4 years ago up in Stillwater, when Broken Arrow should have beat Union that night and had some turnovers and did some things late in the game that cost them deal. So they've been there. They've been close a few times, and like you said, it's sure not numbers. I mean, they've got the biggest school district in the state of Oklahoma, So, and of course, I became an Owasso Rams fan because they made me a prophet last year. I mean,
went out on that limb.
Went out on the limb and preseason picked them to win the state title. And who won the state title last year, Chris?
A bunch of schools won.
I mean, in 6A Division I in Oklahoma.
Oh, Owasso.
Owasso. So.
Hey, I mentioned, or go back to 5A real quick. I mentioned the team that I kind of looking to was Noble. Another team is Altus. Altus, they took down a Lawton school 45-35. And so Ardmore, Altus, and Lawton Mac and Noble will be fun to watch on 5A1, how they kind of fall in that 1 through 4 spots. So.
Yeah, and of course, you got to talk about Piedmont, in our district. We'll be interested to see how they come on. I mean, when Piedmont gets there, they're never going to go away. Mm-hmm. I mean, you and I have talked about this. I mean, they're growing as a community, and there are a lot of positive things happening over there for them. So
Piedmont's a weird town because
it's different.
The school district is booming, but when you go like to Piedmont, the city limits, there's not hardly any business. There's not a lot of
what you call like a town.
I mean, there's no Walmart.
Yeah,
there's a Sonic that counts, and no Walmart. No, it's
troublesome.
It's just because you can just go down the street to Mustang and I-40 and that big deal. And I mean, if you're Walmart, you want to build off I-40, you want to build in Piedmont.
Right.
So it's it's always kind of weird when you go to Piedmont. But of course, Evans Bank is.
You get tickets when you go there.
When I go where?
Piedmont. Traffic tickets.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot about that. They are the king of. I will say this. I went for a summer baseball game, and my streak of seeing a cop hiding to pull somebody over came to an end.
Really?
It stopped. I think it's probably like 6 or 7 straight times I've been to Piedmont, and I've been pulled over 3 times in Piedmont. I've gotten 1 ticket, and it's weird because it's 45, then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's 35. I'm like, where'd that happen? But anyway.
Oh, that's good stuff.
I'm not even a speeder. But yeah, you got me all rattled on the Piedmont deal. So, 4A football, Cleveland, all over Hominy, 42-12. Of course, Hominy, they're up and down there. But all right, the Cushing Tigers, they score 39 but give up 60 to Bristow. So
tough game.
Yeah, tough for them. Tuttle took it to Kingfisher, 26-14. Yellow Jackets, I think they'll be fun to watch this year. I think if they got to stay away from the injury bug because if they lose 1 or 2 players, it could be
bad shape.
In bad shape over there in that area. Millwood, took it to Heritage Hall, 30-20. Of course, Millwood, defending state champions. Heritage Hall, defending state champions in different classes, obviously. And Millwood, and what I think might be the closest game of the year, only won by 10 points, 30-20.
Millwood's going to dominate everybody.
Yeah, Millwood's. So that's 14-28. They won 29 ball games in a row for Millwood. So
what's 13 more under that? 39.
14 times 3 is 42.
43.
Yeah.
That's what they'll be going into next year.
And I mean, they got OU commits. They have Alabama interested in some of their kids. So Millwood is really, really good once again this year, especially offensively. Douglas stars over Star Spencer, 22-18. I don't think Douglas is the old Douglas that we know in years past, but they do get a win over Star Spencer, 22-18. Jones Longhorns, that
was surprised me.
Yeah, Lincoln Christian got them 34-19 in that one. Perkins in a close game over Hennessy, 15-14. And Hennessy, remember last year they lost like 12 games in a row, then won like 12 games in a row to make the playoffs. So Blackwell, Perry, I told you the Maroons were going to win that ball game, and they did. This one being Perry this time, 46-22. And those are some of the scores in 3A, 4A, a lot of cross-town or a lot of cross-class competition right now in those games. So Cashin, a team that we're going to watch, another young team here in Logan County last year, getting a little bit older and older, got a good quarterback over there. They went on the road and took down Prague 20-6, and the other larger school in Logan County, the Crescent Tigers, didn't have much luck as talented Morrison got that victory there in a big way.
You know, it's always tough because in high school football, it's like college football used to be. If you lost one game, you felt like your season was over and you had no chance to win a national title. And they've fixed some of that with the 14 playoff system. But high school football, when you lose a game, it just shakes small towns to the core. And what you got to remember is it's like everything in life. It's not how you start; it's how you finish. Mm-hmm. And I think Crescent, when playoff time rolls around, I think they'll be there. I think they're going to be fine. You can't lose Buzz Emery and all the great players that they lost last year and not feel that. Mm-hmm. They lost some. I thought the Portwood kid was as good of a defensive lineman as I saw all year, and Jacob Musil is just an all-around great football player. There's just a lot of great kids that they lost, so they got to replace that. And so it's going to take some time, but I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, Crescent. Morrison got them in Morrison. Yeah. Final score there was 43-12. Minko, perhaps the favorite in Class A football, took down Dibble. That was on the road, 14-0. And I'm trying to find some other local schools here. Pawnee all over Wellston, 60-8 in that ball game. I think I'm trying to find the Coyle Blue Jackets. There they are. Coyle victorious over Pioneer, 38-14 in Class B football. Again, Class B and C football. They're usually blowouts, and so it's kind of hard to rally around that. It's nothing against it. It's just what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. We need to get to our next time out here. As we say, pay the bills.
Pay the bills.
When we talk, we're just filling in the space of the commercials.
Yeah, that's what.
But coming up, hey, there are some big matchups here in week 2 of the high school football season. We're going to talk about that after this timeout. This is the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI. Oh, it didn't play. It did not play, Phil. Why did it not play?
You did something wrong.
It's a beautiful day to introduce people to the golden goodness of Golden Chick. So this is your first time you had Golden Chick. What do you think?
Absolutely delicious.
These are 100% tenderloin, no mystery meat.
I love them. They're so juicy and tender.
How long do you think it takes to marinate a perfect piece of chicken?
Probably 20 minutes.
Yeah, about 20. An hour?
What if I told you 24 hours?
Wow.
I feel like one of those infomercial guys. But wait, there's more time marinating the chicken. One taste, and you're golden. I need this back.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Foundation Insurance and Risk Management is an independent insurance agency, which means they have made available some of the best companies for you. They offer all types of personal insurance coverages to their clients, including auto, homeowners, earthquake, mobile home, and individual life insurance. Call Foundation Insurance today at 405-293-9355 or go online at foundationinsurance.net and fill out a quick online quote form. Foundation Insurance and Risk Management. Let them help you design an insurance plan that fits your needs and budget.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Have you heard the big news here in Guthrie? You know the Guthrie Tagging Agency is your local source for all your vehicles, boats, ATVs, trailers, titles, registrations, and of course driver's license renewals and replacements. But now, the Guthrie Tagging Agency helps with driver's road tests. That's right, take your road test right here in Guthrie. No more trips to Edmond or Stillwater or Enid. Now that's a service. Guthrie Tagging Agency, open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 9 to noon.
Been looking for answers to your financial questions? Signal Financial Management provides professional investment management services to individuals, corporations, and institutions. Signal can help you reduce risks through a wide range of services and solutions, including investment, retirement, estate planning, and long-term care. Located in Edmond, visit Signal online at signalrg.com or by phone at 855-644-4401. Your money matters at Signal Financial Management.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 and the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
What makes a great bank? Financial strength, convenient hours in multiple locations, the latest financial tools. Bank First offers this and more, a lot more. In fact, Bank First employees volunteer with nonprofits, serve on school boards, church and civic groups in every city we serve. Bank First does this because we're more than just another bank. We're an integral part of 50 Oklahoma communities. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma and you. Member FDIC.
Legacy Wealth Advisory Group, your business wealth advisory experts, provide consulting, training, and turnkey solutions for businesses and their employees. Legacy provides solutions and strategies for employee benefits, human resources, commercial insurance, estate planning, and tax planning. Visit them online at legacywag.com or contact Legacy at 405-216-5578 for a free consultation and start planning your future today.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678. Don't have time to call? Send us a text at 405-973-8645 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
It is High School Huddle, Hot 93.7 FM, KSBI, all across north central Oklahoma. Phil Nichols, Casey Porter not with us tonight, as a habit. Phil Nichols.
Talk about this later.
Chris Evans, of course, Jordan Leach. Miss Mustang Bronco in our Stillwater studio.
morning.
Broncos, they got a little crosstown win over the Yukon Millers, 19-14. So we saw Mustang last year in Stillwater. Stillwater took them to him pretty good. Quantrell Walker, the great running back, had a good night that week. And, boy, did he have a big night against Ed Memorial. 61-18, I think, was the final. 275 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. So Memorial's down, but 275 yards in a 6A ball game is unbelievable.
A good friend of mine's son's a starting quarterback there, Dave Evans, and it's his boy's starting quarterback, and we were talking about the game, and first thing Dave said, and Dave played college football at the Air Force Academy, so he knows football. Dave said, that running back's a freak. First words out of his mouth. And so it was, I know that kid's impressive. Had about 1,300 yards last year, and what we believe was his freshman year. I know I asked you about that earlier. I think he is a sophomore this year, and as a freshman, his freshman campaign had over 1,300 yards rushing. So very impressive kid, and, hopefully they'll hopefully Memorial will get on track and continue to grow as a football team and get some W's this year.
Here in just a second, I want to talk about some of the big high school games of the week and week 2, but it looks like getting some information here, on the Carl Albert running back. We were bragging on him like we do every week because, Carl Albert's one of the best programs in the state of Oklahoma, and we talk about them every week. But Carl Albert running back Dadrian Taylor suffers knee injury.
Oh, wow.
He suffered that against in the final plays, few final plays last week again in the win. And let's see here. Suffered a knee injury during the final plays last week game and will not play this week against Del City. This is Jacob Unruh, who we good buddy of ours at the Oklahoman. Mike Corley told the Oklahoman that Taylor suffered the injury but did not know the severity. Taylor, known as Rabbit, had not visited
good reason.
Yeah, no doubt. We don't know how bad it is yet, said head coach Mike Corley. We're just going to take it to wait and see what the doc says. I don't have certain dates yet, but he'll get in there this week and get evaluated. So that is a
hate that.
Yeah, you hate to see the best get hurt in anything, but especially a high school kid. And Carl Albert's got athletes, but when you take Taylor out of that Carl Albert offense, that's a big deal, especially in a crosstown rival with Del City, who's coming off a big win over Bishop McGuinness. So Del City could be the Mid-Dale champions right now. We'll see.
You never know. At Carl Albert, there could be another kid that shows up and goes off for 200 yards.
Ben Harris, the quarterback last year, popped up out of nowhere.
But there's no question. You're going to miss a kid that was right at 2,000 yards rushing in his junior campaign. So that's definitely a big loss. And Del City's always got athletes.
Yep.
They've always got athletes. So it'll be could be a very, very tough game for Carl Albert this week.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully he gets back and maybe can get going in that one. But that just saw that not too long ago. But
and if you add to that the young man that is no longer on the roster, he was a big offensive athlete and weapon.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot to overcome, and you don't have you have no returning starters on defense. So there's a lot going on now. Carl Albert has a way of reloading every year. So the rest of the 5A shouldn't get too excited just yet.
Correct.
But it's but there's no question that's some adversity for that team.
But if Taylor's not healthy and the players aren't on the roster who we don't think is on the roster, that 5A is wide open. Carl Albert, someone's going to have to
beat them
to upset them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because after Carl Albert,
I think it's wide open.
It's completely wide open.
And so it's. And like I said earlier, especially when you've got some teams that I think are playing much better than many people thought they would. Mm-hmm. And you've also got some teams that I think got some undue props maybe before the first game was played. And goes back to what we said earlier. These kids graduate, and you can have a team that was 14-0 last year, and they might be – a 500 team this year, depending on who graduates.
And with that said, of course, Carl McGuinness state championship game in the last 2 years, and this is early on. We've seen Carl go 1-4, 1-5,
and win state,
and Taylor might be out 2 or 3 weeks, no big deal.
Right.
Their schedule will probably allow them in the district once they get to the district, unless they open up with McGuinness. I know they don't open up with Guthrie, but if they open up with Guyman, Woodward, Piedmont, they'll be fine.
They're going to get in there. It doesn't matter. They're going to be 1 or 2 in district. Regardless of what happens. So, they are that good. I mean, it's I got a text message asking me our opinion on the Nike thing, Chris.
Okay.
And
real quick, Carl Lambert. They got Dell City this week. The week after that, Shawnee.
Yep.
And they begin district play with Guyman and Piedmont Northwest Classen. So I mean, he can miss before they play Guthrie on October 12th. So even without their star player, I think they'd be okay. But obviously, it is a big difference. But hopefully, he'll be okay. Missing the DLC, be back for Shawnee. And we'll see.
Yeah. So, what's your position on the Nike thing?
Just I don't know.
Now Nike does a lot of work with high school athletics.
Yes, I just don't know why Nike would put themselves in that deal. That's just where I come from. Whether you like it or dislike it, it's just as a business standpoint.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, so that's how I got friends on both sides of the issue. I get it, but I just don't. Someone on a national radio said, Kaepernick was the face of what he's trying to display, and Nike might have took that away from him. Now it's Nike's issue.
Yeah,
so
there's some truth to that. Yeah. I mean, you and I, of course, I have very strong opinions about this kind of stuff, but we were talking about off the air. I just wish we lived in a world where I could feel one way, you can feel one way, and we don't feel the need to try to scream at each other or change the other person's opinion. I mean, it's okay to have different opinions. I always say this. My wife's put up with me for 30 years. She and I don't agree all the time. How in the heck could I expect somebody else to agree with me all the time? I mean, it doesn't.
Wouldn't it be scary
happen.
if someone agreed with you?
Oh, my Lord, all the time.
Everything?
I mean, it's crazy. So I just, as a very, 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 very proud veteran.
Yep.
I love that we live in a country where Kaepernick has the right to do what he does. Mm-hmm. I personally don't like it. Mm-hmm. I agree with his cause, what his stated cause, as I think most level-headed people do. I mean, you don't want anybody being oppressed. I don't believe that the oppression is what he makes it out to be. I don't live in a rose-colored world where I don't realize there are bad cops.
Right.
There's also bad football players. There's bad radio people. There's bad school teachers. There's bad firemen. There's bad in everything.
Right.
And so, but I would say this. Thank God we live in a country where you can. I just wish we would all realize that you don't have to hate each other if you disagree about something.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing I don't like about
it. It's like some people are just waiting for you, they'll post something.
Yeah.
I'm talking about social media. They'll post something, looking to get a reaction.
Right.
And you just got to stay away from that because, again, with social media, you have friends on the left, you have friends on the right. Yeah. I like to think I'm usually in the middle.
Yeah.
It drives you crazy sometimes that I do that middle thing, but
but I think there's wisdom in that. I mean, it's and Leroy, our city manager, said he always agrees with Chris. Leroy, we'll talk later. I'll tell you a few things that you're not aware of, and you probably will not agree with Chris on all things. But it's there's wisdom and there's peace that comes with not feeling like you have to fight every battle that comes down the pipe. And I just fall in that category that I'm glad we live in a country where you can protest. Mm-hmm. Whether I like it or not, that's my own personal thing. I don't like it, but I'm much rather have something that I don't like being done than not live in a place where you can do it.
Now, one thing, the burning of all this stuff, I never gotten burning of whether it be LeBron stuff or whatever. Just if you don't want to wear the stuff,
donate it.
Donate it. Yeah.
I told Chris this yesterday when I called. I said, "Well, I got a lot of Nike gear I got to do something with because I won't support Nike going forward. That's my choice."
Yep.
And I didn't realize how much stuff I had that I really, really liked that was Nike until I started going through it. Now, Pruitt got into town today.
Your son.
My son Michael's in town. He's currently serving the Air Force. We have two sons serving. Jacob over in Italy and his bride, Hannah, serving in the Air Force. And then Michael.
Your wife served. You served.
Yeah. We're a very proud military family. But Michael's getting a ton of really cool gear right now, Nike gear. But it's, I would never burn it. I would rather, there's a kid out there that's a size 13 shoe that could wear these Nikes. There's kids out there that would love to have a Nike T-shirt or a whatever. And I'm not going to support him personally, but I won't, go donate that stuff. Gosh,
hey,
donate it.
We're going to take a break. We're going to go a little across the 7 o'clock hour here, just for a little bit, not much, just a few minutes. But Joel Williams brought up a good comment on Facebook and says Nike has everyone talking about them. What's the saying? There's no such thing as bad press, but
of course, Joel is my little cousin from Emporia, Kansas. He's got a son that's a whale of an athlete himself. Joel is a very good athlete. Brother of Jana Jo Williams, the new head softball coach up in Enid.
Nike doesn't need press. I mean, they're world global. I mean, it's not like,
Well, they don't need press, but he's right. Joel's right.
No,
There's
I
such
agree.
thing as
That's
bad
what I'm saying.
press.
Yeah.
But somebody made a good point today. Their stock actually plummeted.
Yeah.
In North America. But their stock is rising everywhere else in the world, and
I'm sure they have a few research people in the office. So
Nike's got some smart people to work for them. I don't agree with the business decision. I think it's stupid. It's just picking a fight you don't need the headache with. But you know what? Maybe they do. They measured it and they realized. Yep. I mean, listen, they're going to make a decision that's supportive of their stockholders, or then the CEO and everybody else is going to have something to answer to.
Yeah.
But I'm quite certain Nike isn't going anywhere.
No.
And I'm quite certain still that the people that didn't like what Kaepernick was doing,
it's not going to change.
Are not going to like what they're doing now, and the people that supported Kaepernick are going to support Nike, and that's kind of how it is.
That's exactly right.
It is what it is.
All right, we're going to take our final timeout. Come back, take a few more looks at some of the bigger games in the state of Oklahoma this week. Of course, we'll be on the air right here on 93.7 FM on Friday night. Ponca City Wildcats come to town, take on the 2-0 Guthrie Blue Jays. Take a timeout. This is our final timeout on the High School Huddle, Hot 93.7 FM, KSBI.
Legacy Wealth Advisory Group, your business wealth advisory experts, provide consulting, training, and turnkey solutions for businesses and their employees. Legacy provides solutions and strategies for employee benefits, human resources, commercial insurance, estate planning, and tax planning. Visit them online at legacywag.com or contact Legacy at 405-216-5578 for a free consultation and start planning your future today.
What makes a great bank? Financial strength, convenient hours in multiple locations, the latest financial tools. Bank First offers this and more, a lot more. In fact, Bank First employees volunteer with nonprofits, serve on school boards, church and civic groups in every city we serve. Bank First does this because we're more than just another bank. We're an integral part of 50 Oklahoma communities. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma and you. Member FDIC.
Been looking for answers to your financial questions? Signal Financial Management provides professional investment management services to individuals, corporations, and institutions. Signal can help you reduce risks through a wide range of services and solutions, including investment, retirement, estate planning, and long-term care. Located in Edmond, visit Signal online at signalrg.com or by phone at 855-644-4401. Your money matters at Signal Financial Management.
Foundation Insurance and Risk Management is an independent insurance agency, which means they have made available some of the best companies for you. They offer all types of personal insurance coverages to their clients, including auto, homeowners, earthquake, mobile home, and individual life insurance. Call Foundation Insurance today at 405-293-9355 or go online at foundationinsurance.net and fill out a quick online quote form. Foundation Insurance and Risk Management. Let them help you design an insurance plan that fits your needs and budget.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 and the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
It's a beautiful day to introduce people to the golden goodness of Golden Chick. So this is your first time you had Golden Chick. What do you think?
Absolutely delicious.
And these are 100% tenderloin, no mystery meat.
I love them. They're so juicy and tender.
How long do you think it takes to marinate a perfect piece of chicken?
Probably
20 minutes.
Yeah, about 20. An hour?
What if I told you 24 hours?
Wow.
I feel like one of those infomercial guys. But wait, there's more time marinating the chicken. One taste, and you're golden. I need this back.
Have you heard the big news here in Guthrie? You know the Guthrie Tagging is your local source for all your vehicles, boats, ATVs, trailers, titles, registrations, and of course driver's license renewals and replacements. But now, the Guthrie Tagging helps with driver's road test. That's right, take your road test right here in Guthrie. No more trips to Edmond or Stillwater or Enid. Now that's a service. Guthrie Tagging open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 9 to noon.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678. Don't have time to call? Send us a text at 405-973-8645 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Final few moments here on the High School Huddle. So glad you joined us here on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI. Also streaming this worldwide on Guthrie News page, Facebook Live. And so we'll upload this to YouTube and share it out to all the great folks out in internet land as we get set for week 2 of the high school football season. As we mentioned, there are some big games, and we're going to just go over a few of them here real quick. Of course, Broken Arrow and Owasso, Jinx Union, and then you also have what we thought would be Carl Albert Del City, but now with the injury to Deidre Taylor, not playing this week. Some other games, Heritage Hall at Clinton. Clinton didn't make the playoffs for the first time in 28 years, but I think they're starting to come back into to what we know as Clinton football in the Tornado Bowl.
Yep.
I think that's in Clinton. Is that in Clinton? Yeah, that is at Heritage Hall is at Clinton. I think Heritage Hall will probably win that ball game there. Lincoln Christian at Vienne, Tuttle at Plainview. Some other games, Mustang at Edmond Santa Fe. Edmond Santa Fe, by the way, the 4 big schools are 1, 2, 3, 4. Edmond Santa Fe, the highest ranking team right now on the west side of the state. McGinnis and Bishop Kelly. It's always an interesting ball game. A lot of Guthrie fans out there.
Both 0-1.
Both teams 0-1. The Catholic Bowl there. Guthrie scrimmages Bishop Kelly. Guthrie has a district game with Bishop McGinnis. So I'm sure some Guthrie fans will be watching that one close.
Yeah, and I told you before, I think, it seems like McGinnis always finds a way to win that game. Mm-hmm. I think they're both. Of course, we scrimmaged Kelly, like you said, and if there was a year for Bishop Kelly to clip him, this might be it.
You got an upset Piedmont transfer in Dominic Richardson. Nick is what they call him in Irish land. Coming off probably his poorest game rushing the football ever. And I think that Irish Bishop McGinnis will rally behind their poor performance last week against Del City. It was poor, 47-7 loss there, so we'll see how that plays out. No, it does not. But I think that game is up in the Tulsa area, so McGinnis will have to make a long trip up there. And then again, we started this off with the broadcast. The one that it's actually tomorrow night in Norman is the Stillwater Pioneers, 1-0. Stillwater Pioneers, they got a good shot at making the semifinals, I think, this year. Maybe the finals, who knows, in 6A Division II. I still think Booker T. Washington is one of the most talented teams in the entire state.
Right.
And they'll be tough in a playoff scenario. But Stillwater trying to make that some noise in a playoff. And, again, it's Gunnar Gundy against Barry Switzer's grandson at the quarterback spot tomorrow. A little bedlam type.
Yeah, we talked earlier. I mean, I think Stillwater will get the W there. And you know, Gunnar, I asked my friend whose son played against Stillwater last week, and I asked him if he had filled out any. And he said it looked like it, but it was a great quote from Gunnar Gundy. They asked him about his teammate running back, and I just went
Quantrell Walker
on the Walker kid, and he said, whenever I hand the ball off and I'm carrying out my fake, I always look back real quick because I want to see what he's going to do. That's the sign of a great athlete, right? When your teammates are anxious to watch you, you're pretty good.
Yeah, 275 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns for Quantrell Walker, the sophomore running back, and good article on him. I'm not sure where I saw that, how when he got the football last year, he thought he was pretty tough and realized he wasn't as tough as he thought, and he's added some weight in the offseason. And he looked good last year in the pads. Obviously, he's little bitty.
He's like 5'8", but he's around 200 pounds now. So, I mean, he's all there.
Absolutely. Well,
and can fly.
Yeah, he can. That does it for this week's show. Big thank you to Jordan back in our Stillwater studio, keeping us going on the air and all that good stuff.
Can I give a quick shout-out? I looked down. I noticed that Jordan Chappell Hodge tuned in with us, and I want Jordan to give a shout-out to the 4th best quarterback ever to play at Guthrie, Oklahoma, her husband, Hall of Famer, Mr. Hodger.
Brent Hodge. Absolutely.
So
it's always a good show with Brent Hodge.
Yeah, Hodges quality.
Again, we'll be on the airways Friday night when the Guthrie Blue Jays take on the Ponca City Wildcats. Our kickoff show begins at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Join it, and we're going to get out of here. Best of luck to your football team this week as we get set for Week 2 of the high school football season. For Jordan back in the studio, Phil Nichols, I'm Chris Evans. We'll talk to you next week on the high school huddle. And my iPad froze. Okay, we're out here. See ya.
This has been the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM. Be sure to tune in next week as we break down more of the top games and news from across the state of Oklahoma.